Happy weekend here with GBR Life Vlog. If you're new to my channel and you're wondering who I am and what is going on with all of this talking that I'm already starting to do, I am Caitlin. This is, like I said, GBR Life, and basically this is a vlog that does mainly these days reviews about different platforms. I do a lot of parenting hacks or just hacks in general. In addition to that, I love to just talk to you all about very important topics and things that need to be discussed, like parental leave and things like that. But the biggest thing I do here is actually comparisons, reviews, and parenting hacks. So if you're interested in any of those things, please be sure to subscribe and like and follow me, do all those things, click those buttons, and participate in the GBR Life vlog world. I also have a website and a clothing line. As a matter of fact, I am wearing my Mama Koala shirt right at this very moment. So it's just one of the many designs. It does not all just say Mama Koala on it. Actually, a lot of it does say Mama Koala on it, but I also have slogan tees and so forth. But this is not what you are here for. You are here for an introduction into SocialBee, and I completely understand that. And so therefore, I'm going to do more than just a regular video. I'm going to do an inside look at SocialBee. I'm going to bring you into SocialBee right now in just a second, actually, and show you inside of SocialBee and explain everything that I have found out about it. I'm still new to SocialBee, but if I'm going to do a review for all of you, of course, I have to show you what it looks like inside. You need to know exactly what you're getting yourself into, right? That's the whole reason that you are interested in this video. So let's do this. Let's go into SocialBee. Let's take a look and see if it's right for you. Okay, so here we are, and we are inside of SocialBee. So, as you can see, I currently have a trial. It ends in 1 day, 1 hour, and 49 minutes, which is okay with me, because I have the next day, hour, and 49 minutes to decide if I'm going to keep it. There are a lot of things I love about SocialBee, and there's a lot of things I hate about SocialBee. So let's get into the very basics. Okay, first and foremost, you are looking at something that has been sort of started. I don't know every little aspect of SocialBee because I just found out about it and decided to review this for all of you. As a matter of fact, there's another website that I found out about that I will be doing a review for, but I will announce that at the end of my review videos. Just so you know, I'm going to be doing SocialBee right now, doing Buffer next week, and then Loomly is up next, so you'll get to see inside, and I'll go into all the little aspects, and the next one will be announced after Loomly. Okay, so I did set up all of my social media profiles, and this is the dashboard. So you can actually see that it's like clear, or not clear, it's white because I'm under the actual dashboard. If I go over to content, you'll see that that's actually white, like kind of brightened, because that's what you happen to be in. So it's a little difficult to see that, but you know what you've clicked on. And then you see what you're in next. Okay, so essentially when you log in, this is what it looks like. And right when you, obviously I'm not going to show you the full setup because this is not brand new, but when you log in for the first time, it asks you what social media profiles you want to connect. It's like one of the first things it will ask you. And so I went ahead and I put into SocialBee Twitter, Google, Facebook, Instagram, and I have my Facebook regular page, my main profile, and I have my Facebook group. And now I don't know if, or my Facebook page, I'm sorry, I don't know if you can add your Facebook group, but I do believe that I saw that as an option. But of course, when it comes up, it will it will actually ask you, do you want to put your page? Do you want to put, if the group is an option, it will go ahead and ask you that right then and there. So if that's an option for you, or something that you're really looking for, you should probably still give this a try. Okay, and then another thing that SocialBee does is they actually help people grow by using their specialists. Yes, that does cost money, but they actually have concierge specialists, and you can see that right here. Let us curate content for you. Go here and pick a concierge specialist. They do cost money, like I said, but it's worth it if you are not necessarily savvy and you don't really want to go into every little detail of SocialBee in order to figure out how to make it work and how to make it work for you and quickly, because we don't always have time to figure out these types of sites. I mean, it is an automation tool, but at the end of the day, you still have to set it up. Okay, so in that, technically, you could say, I've already set up my social media sites in connecting it with SocialBee. But if I didn't want to go through all the hard stuff and I just want to quickly just go in and quickly create a post and not really worry about schedules and all that stuff, because I just really need to go and do this, I can just go ahead and click add new post. And then from there, I can go ahead and add in exactly what I want to say, ABC123. And it will create a variation for me, and I can actually create multiple variations by clicking on add variation. So I can say variation 1 ABC123, and variation 2 I'm going to say ABC123 test. And so now I actually have two separate variations. I can do another variation and say ABC123 test. I just couldn't figure out what else to say. So you can see where you have different options, and while I'm clicked on each variation, it will show me what it's going to look like on the actual social media. But say I want to just ABC123, I can go ahead and from there add a video or a photo just by clicking, and it'll go into my computer and I can select something. Or I can design with Canva, which is pretty awesome. I do have a Canva account, but this doesn't seem to pull from my account. This actually just seems to pull from Canva in general. So, and Canva does have a free option. So I do believe that what's happening here is you are using the free option with Canva when you select that, which means that you have a lot of options to choose from with templates and elements and uploads and so forth, but you don't have every option. So I would suggest actually connecting your Canva account in order to do that, where you have your unlimited options if you happen to have a Canva account. And if you don't, this is a great way to get into Canva. It is a wonderful tool. I got very excited when I saw that. I love Canva. So of course I could just select that, add it to SocialBee, preparing the design just like Canva always says, and then you are actually going to see that it's added directly to every single one of my social media posts that I have clicked. So if I decide, well, I want to put this on just Twitter, you can do that, and then you can go over to your next option. You can select a design as well, because remember that was a variation, and I can select the exact same design, add it to SocialBee. Okay. And then on this one, I say, well, I do want to add it to Twitter, but I also want to add it to Facebook. So I see that now I have Facebook added, but if I go over here, you see that I still have both selected. So you do have to pay attention to which, what you're trying to do, or which social media platform you're trying to post to. And here's actually another really great thing. You can customize each profile, which I wanted to get into a little bit further in, but you know what, I'll just do it right now. So customize for each profile, because yes, I have my variations, but okay, so if I select here, and I take that off. Variation 2. Oh no, it still adds it. Okay, so I thought it actually removed it. I got that wrong, but okay, so then you see that you have to kind of decide on what you're doing, but you still see your different variations and you can kind of see which one you want to pick from there. So it just gives you options and you can see it all together at the same time. And I do love that about SocialBee, that especially getting to see per, or if I've got no time, I just need everything in one spot. Everybody's going to look exactly the same, no variations. I'm just looking to add ABC 1 2 3 and this weird photo. It's not actually a weird photo at all. It's just a normal photo, but something basic, and I need to tell somebody or everybody everything in my social media platforms. So this is kind of how you just do a quick post. And you don't have to do it immediately. Obviously, it actually has the scheduling options along with choosing a category. Now, I removed a whole bunch of categories because I'm going to show you the categories, but I did keep blogs from RSS because I think that's really awesome. I'm going to show you that as well. And you can expire a post. Expire after it was published, however many times, and a specific date. Okay, this is very, 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 very important because I had this issue when I first used this. I used this and I thought it only posts one time. Here's the thing about SocialBee. It's an automation tool. So it's going to schedule based off of a calendar that they created that are the optimum times to post to your social media sites so that you don't have to worry about it. So what that means is if you create a post and you don't tell them you only want to publish it one time total, it will continue to publish. And I found this out because every day I had the exact same post publishing over and over again, and I was just testing it out to see how it would go. And so I probably annoyed the entire group of followers that I have, and I was like, oh god, I didn't explain it to all of them that this is what I was doing. But if any of you guys are watching who are also following me on social media, that is why I had Mom the Villain posted a million times, is because I was trying out SocialBee, not because I was trying to make a point. No point. You see, sometimes people are just trying out automation. Okay, so that's kind of how a post works. Pretty easy, not complicated. You have a lot of different options. You have a lot of ways to customize it and add things, including if you want to do hashtags. I do and have made hashtag collections. I did it based off of, I have my Mama Koala clothing line and I've got GBR Life. And I try to make it as generic as possible so that if I'm doing things quickly, I can always click on my hashtag collection and it will go ahead and post on social media. The only thing is that because it's generic, obviously it's not going to work with every single one of my posts. So I would not suggest that somebody does this unless they are literally doing something more generic. So if you're doing an ad, like I have my clothing line, if I'm doing an ad for my clothing line, obviously I can kind of select my main clothing line hashtags because those things don't really change. But if you see in there, you see that I have fall collection, I have Spooktober, and I have Halloween collection, and that's because we're going into Halloween. And sneak peek from this video, my Halloween collection will be dropping in October, or really the end of September. So that's an exciting thing, and I'm going to be promoting it a lot. So of course I have my Mama Koala generic tags, but when I go into the next set of holidays, this doesn't really work. So I have to make sure that I remember to update this, or I create another hashtag collection that works for November. So I would suggest, if you're doing it something like this, in my case I would say like for October, and then I would do November or Christmas or something like that, or holidays really, in order to make sure that I am selecting the correct collection and making it a little bit more specific to what I'm doing, because that is the best way to utilize hashtags. Okay. And then you can do smiley faces, which I love that you can put those types of things. It kind of like catches the eye. You can tell people where you are and change your fonts and make things italic. Of course, that's bold, but I believe this is the font. Or no, that's a strike through. I'm sorry. So I'm just kidding. You can't change that. Okay. But you can do strike through, you can do italic, and you can do bold. And see, I'm learning with you. Okay, so that's basically a post. But we need to get into the rest of SocialBee, because even though this is very, very important, we want to see how to set all this up. Like, does it really work for you? Even though you can quickly create a post, but you can do that same thing on something like Hootsuite. So if I go over to content, like I was telling you about the categories, I want to first and foremost say, yes, you've got all of these options here, including your browser extensions. SocialBee has a browser extension along with an app. So those are things that you will want to do while you're using SocialBee. In my opinion, if anybody is using content creators at all, if they have an app, if they have an extension, that's how you are going to really utilize everything, and that's the best way to just make it work for anyone. Believe you me, because they have a lot of different things, and even if you think you're not going to use it today, the next day you go on a vacation and you're like, oh no, I need to do this or that, but you got that app. So check those things out. Okay, if you're using SocialBee. So blogs from RSS. Now, I went ahead and I did this because I happen to have a blog. And I thought that it was amazing that I could go ahead and actually add my RSS feeds and basically go ahead and post just from my RSS feeds. So I created a blog post on one of my blog categories called Celebrities Please Stop Writing Open Letters. And if I don't want to take the time to create a brand new post and figure out and do Canva and all that stuff, I don't have to. I can actually just go ahead and either share it right then and there, or SocialBee will share it for me because it's part of a category and it will automatically add it to the schedule. And I will show you that in a moment. But all you have to do, I mean literally all you're doing, is telling SocialBee what your RSS feed link is. And then you tell it to grab it and it will pull as many posts that they see on that page. And that's it. That's all they do. And you can go ahead and just let it do its thing, and people will be notified about all of your stuff. Now, I've been doing my blog for a long time, and I post every day, Monday through Friday. So I've got a lot of posts that people can find out about. So hopefully this time, if it starts sending out things, it's not going to be annoying to everybody. But if I were to edit my category, I can change what my name is, or the name of the category is, the description, default settings, add new post to. You can change if you want it to be the top of the category or the bottom of the category. So, I mean, if something new is coming up and you kind of want to do like first in, first out, or last in, first out, if anybody knows business terms, that's basically what that's saying. And then your URL settings. This I've spoken about in a few other in a few of my other videos, basically saying that you can do UTM links, which are really great when you're doing campaigns because they help you track your campaign. It helps so that you can see, and that's one of the things I like about these types of sites, is it tells you what you're doing, like what your medium is. Like, for example, it says your email, that's where you're sending it from, what type of campaign it is, like where is it, what's the reference, so that you know where things are coming from and how your campaign did. And it's a great way to really track things. So you do have that option with your categories, but you do have to select it under each category, and then you actually edit it, and that's how you do that. And of course you can do bulk editor as well. Okay, so if you want to create a category, remember we're under categories, you just select create category, and then you go ahead and do all the same things that you just saw, and you create that category. So pretty easy to set up a category. RSS feeds, you see I added each and every one of my RSS feeds, but I can also add quickly, like those are my feeds, and you just select it, you tell it fetch, you create, and that's it. Like, it's really easy. Hashtag collections that you saw. So like you can see this is literally what you were seeing under the new post, but this is where you kind of edit it, and you can add media, browser extensions. If you have a team working in here, you can actually have a content approval so that things don't just go out there without your approval. If you're the admin, or if you know that it's going to schedule something, you want to make sure that you're approving the content before it actually goes out there, again, in social media. And you can say, no, I don't want to do it, or you do want to do it. And you can select by social media to see how you're going to do it. And then, okay, the source types. So there's different ways to go into and see how you're going to decide to approve or disapprove your content. Okay, so let's go over to schedule. So like I said, it automatically optimizes the schedule based off of each social media platform and what is best for that social media platform. So not based off of your followers and your analytics, but for the social media site in general. Like, so basically what it's saying is that at 1 o'clock, Twitter, that's some of the best times to post on a Tuesday. Or on Wednesday, for Twitter, it's actually better to post at 2 o'clock. It's really just up to you. Basically, it's really awesome because you don't have to think about it, and essentially SocialBee thinks about it for you. And every single time you add a category, it's going to automatically put it in the schedule. And yes, you can go in and change what you want that schedule to be. You can change your posting time, you can change the category, you can change the day. You do not have to go based off of what they want to do. You can do also what you want to do. And you can do that based off of your own analytics if that's something that you want to do. And I think that's also awesome. And if you're ever interested in figuring that stuff out, let me know, and I will post a video on how to check your analytics off of your different social media pages. Okay, so next, let's look at next posts. Another thing that they do is they give you the opportunity to see what posts are going to happen when, but in a more list oriented view, calendar view, grid view, or what failed. And essentially what I'm trying to say is they organize it so that you don't have to see it just in a calendar view. You can also see your posts and what is coming up and when it's going to happen and how it's going to look based off of viewing what those next posts are. It says take a look at your upcoming 100 posts, because let's face it, it can be difficult to know what you're looking at and what's going to happen just off of that calendar view. You want to see also in like, okay, so it's this specific blog post that's going to be posted. And you can see based off of each and every one of your social media profiles. Analytics. Why did it not click? Now it has clicked. I have a feeling my internet is not a fan. Okay, so from here, I should also mention that I have not really been using SocialBee every single day because of the issue that I had. So I had to remove a whole bunch of things. So I don't know what these analytics are going to say, but at least you can kind of see just a little bit of how it tracks things. Right here, it's looking at Twitter. If I were to select on Instagram, oh, I like this. It shows you exactly the views, every single day. that I've had for the last 14 days, basically, of this trial. By the way, it is a 14-day trial. Impressions, audience status, activity status. I mean, not so bad if you're really trying to track things. I think that's a wonderful thing. Now, post history. That's nice. Okay, so you can actually see here, it posted Mom the Villain, Mom the Villain, Mom the Villain. That was a fun day, or not a few days, because I didn't know it was happening, and then I saw that it started to do that, so I was like, oh God, it's posting it over and over again, which obviously affects things. So you do want to make sure that you are scheduling and you are paying attention to how many times you saw on the add new post where it states expire after it was published. You just put one time if you're going to do it that way, and that will solve the problem. Likes, retweets, replies, like this is a great way to just check on how things are doing. Sometimes something will go viral and you want to see how and why, and analytics are a great way to see that. And concierge services, which I will go into, but I didn't have any, so obviously there's not going to be anything in here. And then audience. Okay, so competitor audience, and you can search and find out like how other people are doing. I like the keyword search. You can kind of do keywords to see what would be best for social media, and figure out what you should be posting. So essentially what audience helps you to do is work a little bit off of what your audience is, along with a little bit of SEO. Upload followers, that's nice, and fans. Add some friends. These are people that are following me. Blacklist. Oh, I did not blacklist anybody. Everyone is my friend. Fans. I have no fans. That's really sad. Okay, so you can kind of see how this works. But I do like the keyword search. I think that's wonderful for SEO. Okay. So now that you've seen the inside of SocialBee, and that's really all of SocialBee, it's not anything too intensely, hard or difficult to use, but at the same time, it is actually extremely complicated at the same time. Basically what I'm trying to say is there's a lot you can do here, and there's a lot of organizational methods that you can use, and there's a lot of automation options, but it's pretty easy to use. And the other thing actually I forgot to mention is you can add more than one workspace. So what that means is I have GBR Life and I have Mama Koala, so I can actually do a GBR Life a workspace and then go over to a Mama Koala workspace with my clothing line. And so I can keep those two businesses separate, or I can keep them together by keeping them all in one workspace. So those are options for people who have multiple businesses like myself. But let's see how much all of this actually costs. Here we have SocialBee pricing. You've got Bootstrap, Accelerate, and Pro. And I like that it even states that this is best for authors, coaches, solopreneurs like myself, startups or small businesses, and Pro. And on here you can also see not only like how many per, but you can see that they kind of customized it, average time saved. They kind of customized it based off of just how intense you are in your business. And what I mean by that is if you are somebody who's doing this more as a hobby, but you really want to turn it into like it's a side thing, but it's not your main stuff, it makes sense for you to go for like your $19 a month. But if it's something that's like your main business, but you don't have a ton of money, you can do your $40 a month. Or this is your big business, you make plenty of money, you're really awesome, we all want to be you, I can't believe I'm not you. I'm a little jelly here. Or you can do your $80 a month, and it tells you how much time you're saving per week. And that's a big deal because in reality, you are saving that time. So or you have to pay somebody to do this. And in a sense, you're saving money by doing it yourself, because you have you have the SocialBee automation process to do it. So, like for example, paying $20 a month instead of paying somebody like $20 a post, obviously, is much cheaper to do it a month. Need more social media profiles? Agency plans. They don't even tell you the price because it's that expensive. And as you see here, you do have limits per categories, RSS feeds, social profiles. But I think that most people would probably be okay with Bootstrap. But if Accelerate works best for you, go for it. If this is a good profile, if this is a good social media management tool for you. And let's go over to the concierge services that I have mentioned a million times now. So now we've got the opportunity for you to not have to do it yourself, and you can pay for it. It's not cheap, but if you are doing well in your business and you just don't want to do it, SocialBee will do it for you. You can go for social content creation, $99 a month, or unlimited for $2.99. Now, this does not tell you exactly how much they'll do for you. I guess if you go in to learn more, it'll tell you each and every one. But let's not take up everybody's time all day, because this is not going to be perfect for everybody. It's paying $100 a month to do social content creation. Is going to be for those who really are just using this, like I said, for more of that automation, and just have it, they're basically buying a team, because that's what you're doing. So go ahead and click on that if that's something that works for you. Another thing is content marketing, article writing, copywriting, guide creation. Again, you see $100 a month for most of these options, except for guide creation is $3.99. So if a big company were to come in and need some content marketing, SocialBee is providing that opportunity. I think that's why they call it concierge. It's so fancy. It's French. Yes, I do feel that French words sound fancy. It is what it is. Okay, and then you have engaged growth. Now, this is actually something that may work for some people to do kind of in the beginning if they want. Community management and LinkedIn lead generation, depending on the type of business that you have, and just not necessarily do it every single month. I don't know if they have a month-to-month option, but I would say that's a good idea if you don't know how to bring about that engagement on your social media, and start that out, save for it, and then do it. Acquisition and amplification. Also $250 a month. Goodness gracious. And getting started. So getting started I really like too. It's $2.99 for concierge migration or onboarding. And basically what that means is they will help bring over all of your information and everything that you have from another platform like SocialBee, like a Buffer or Loomly, for you. You pay $200 and they'll go ahead and either bring it over, or they'll just help you get started with this entirely. So you don't have to know exactly what you're doing to start the whole thing. They'll help you out. So these are your concierge services. And so essentially what SocialBee is trying to say is that you don't have to do all of the things that they offer inside of the tool by yourself. They'll do it for you with their concierge. Like if you're going to a restaurant, they will park your car. SocialBee will park your car. It's going to be a pretty penny, but they will park your car for you with these concierge services. Or you can go in and do it yourself for $20 a month, $40 a month, or $80 a month. Or if you're an agency, why are you watching my video? I think it's amazing that you're watching my video, actually, and you should leave a comment. I think that would be amazing for all of you. All of you write a comment. Do it right now. I said so. Simon says, write a comment. Okay, so that's basically everything off of SocialBee. Let's talk in person. Okay, so now here we are talking in person. Now you got to see everything that you could possibly really see in SocialBee. It wasn't really a tutorial. It was more just to show you exactly what SocialBee looks like inside and what it has to offer. So the question now is, does it work for you? Is that something that you want to use? If you have any other questions about SocialBee, please let me know, and I will absolutely answer it for you. I may even do another video just to show you exactly how to or what to. If you want a tutorial, let me know and I'll do that tutorial for you. Basically, I'll find out how to do it and then I'll show you how. And it doesn't really hurt me either, so I'm a fan. Ask me any questions, let me know what you're looking for, and I will do it. And if you are also looking into a specific website and you don't really want to do it, and you don't want to spend the money for it either, let me know. I'll check it out for you. But anyways, that was the video for this week. Next week, I'm going to go through Buffer. I'm going to let you see the inside of what Buffer looks like and give you an idea if it works for you. And don't forget, before I go, to check out my website, gbrlife.com. Also, buy something from mamakoala.com. Why? Because I've got some awesome stuff over there. You should go and check it out. Until next week, I can't wait to talk to all of you. Bye.